everybody. Everybody can hear me okay? All right. Hopefully it's not too loud. So welcome. I'm Ann Morgan, and I'll be hosting tonight's meeting along, along with the rest of the board. We have Ann Glesner, Gloria Heck, Paula Latta, and Jane Susie with us tonight. So welcome everyone to our first live meeting since January 2020. And I met several visitors and new members. We want to welcome all our guests and visitors tonight. So thank you so much. And also the folks that are live streaming. Thank you. Several people are live streaming tonight, so watching that. So thank you and welcome. So I have to tell you that during this last year, that when we did our quarterly meetings, all of you were a ray of sunshine for me. You know, you're so big-hearted, you have your compassion to do something for the community and build it up. It's wonderful. And you have the vision to realize if we come together, we can really have a huge impact for our community and help them in a big way. So thank you for being so resilient and strong and sticking with it. So we're really happy. And this feeds right into our mission. It's to connect like-minded women to make a meaningful contribution to our local community. And we have core values to support our mission, and that can best be remembered by community first. So community, and then F for flexible, I for impactful, R for responsible, S for simple, and T for transparent. So tonight, we are going to hear from three nonprofits. Mary Beth Hetherington is going to present the YMCA, and Diana Wallace, the Door County Housing Partnership, and Sarah Miller, the Door County Humane Society. And then after that, we'll do our vote, and we'll have 100+ Women Business Update. We aren't going to hear from a previous nonprofit that received an award tonight. The schedule didn't work out, but we have things to cover. So we're going to carry on and cover them next time. And then we'll announce the awards totaling close to $21,000. And then we'll pick our next nonprofits. And at the close of the meeting, we'd like to invite all of you, if you have the time, to please come up, and we would like to get a group shot of all of us. We've never done that. We thought this would be a fun venue to do that. So, you know, thank you to all of you supporting us through the pandemic. Thank you to Spot. Yenny's here tonight. Where are you, Yenny? Hey, Yenny. Yenny's been there since day one. If you haven't heard the story, she just walked up and said, "What do you need?" And I was just like, I don't know. But anyway, it worked out really well. So we don't have to have membership fees. All of your money goes directly to the nonprofits. And we want to thank the Door County Community Foundation as well, because they've helped us with facilitating our payment processing, which has been huge. And now people can pay by credit card, and you can set up donation recurring subscriptions quarterly if you'd like. So with that, I want to say one last thing. Tonight we are what part of what we do is we lift each other up, right? That, you know, community of women, we're here to help each other and lift each other up. So tonight, the presenters are being really brave. They're coming up and they're sharing their compassion for an organization that they're really excited about. So please listen attentively, and when they're done, give them a huge round of applause. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to Ann Glesner, and she's going to take us through the presentations. So thank you.
Hello, everyone. I am so happy to be here in person and so glad to be done with Zoom. So wonderful to see everyone. Yay. So my part here is quick. I'm just going to introduce our first nonprofit. And so just as a reminder, the order of the presentations follows the order from which the names were pulled from the hat at our last quarterly meeting. So we're going to respect that order as we've done in the past. So with that, it means that the Y is up first, and that is Mary Beth Hetherington. Welcome.
Hello, everyone, on a beautiful, beautiful evening in Door County. My involvement with the YMCA has had a huge impact on my life, starting with tadpole swim lessons, lifeguard certification, falling in love with my future husband on a Y-sponsored hayride as a teenager, to a place that offered childcare for my children so that I could exercise as a young mother. Now, as a senior in our community, I still regularly enjoy all that the Y offers. And it's with passion and a pleasure that I'm presenting this organization to all of you tonight. The Door County Y has full facility branch operations in Sturgeon Bay and Fish Creek. Focused on healthy living, youth development, and social responsibility, the Y is much more than a fitness center. We are one of the only community benefit organizations that is able to touch the youngest of our county's residents to the very oldest of our seniors. The Y is dedicated to serving the entirety of our county, from the furthest north to the furthest south. Did you know that 1 out of every 4 people in our county are YMCA members? The Y has programs available at both centers to cultivate a sense of community, fight isolation, develop character and confidence, and promote healthy living at every age. In the name of fighting isolation, the Y has truly become a community center, a place to meet and make social connections. Our summer foods program recently expanded to Northern Door. The program now serves over 400 children and 60 seniors per day at 13 open sites. In partnership with several other organizations, we served over 60,000 meals to kids and seniors last year. In addition to our youth and adult program, our diabetes prevention program, one of few endorsed by the Centers for Disease Control, our strong collaboration with Door County Medical Center makes us the most trusted community partner to provide wellness programming for our residents. One of the most popular youth programs at the Y is the aquatic program. We have nearly 1,000 children learning how to swim while participating in character-driven programs every year. Our nationally renowned coaching staff has offered competitive swim team option that has trained state and national champions, and this year, an Olympic trial athlete. Our aquatics programs focus on character development first and foremost, building skills such as persistence, dedication, team spirit, respect, responsibility, and honesty. Children that participate in our swim programs not only leave more confident in the water, but out of it as well. Your support tonight will make a valuable impact in our community. Drowning is the second leading cause of death in children younger than 14. And the Y knows how important it is for children to learn to swim in a community surrounded by water. Our aquatic programs teach children of all ages to be safe and have fun in and near the water. Despite our large youth aquatics program, we recognize that many children in our community never have the opportunity to learn these water safety skills. In the past, we provided 4th graders from Gibraltar Elementary with a free safety around the water course to ensure that every child is introduced to water safety. If we win the award tonight, we plan to expand this program. Our goal is to invite every local school to participate in our Safety Around the Water program, giving each and every 4th grader in the county access to this opportunity. This training would involve a daily transport to the Y for 1 week for a swim safety lesson with our staff. During the training, the students spend each day working on individualized skills, starting with an assessment of swimming skills and learning pool rules. Each day, new skills are taught, including basic rescue skills, life ring toss, personal flotation device skills, reaching rescue, and hopefully a station with a canoe to teach canoe and general boating safety. Estimated costs to offer this program are approximately $7,000. And any remaining funds would be used to benefit our annual campaign, which quietly provides financial assistance for kids and families who need us most. Currently, over 1,000 individuals rely on financial assistance to have a Y membership. The Y ensures that no matter the race, age, economic status, or social group, anyone who wishes to participate in building a healthy mind, body, and spirit are welcome. Thank you.
That was perfect timing. She had 8 seconds left. So this next section, I'm really happy we're not at Zoom because I used to have to ask the questions. Now it's audience participation. So it's going to be a little tough because we have corded mics, but I know you all have strong voices. And so I'm relying on you to shout out the question. Paula's going to help identify, and then I will repeat the question so that everybody can hear it. And with that, to field the questions, we're happy to have with us Heidi Erickson, CEO from the Y. Welcome, Heidi. Okay, who's brave? Wants to ask the first question? Come on, ladies. Okay, Amanda.
I know you were talking a little bit about how one of the goals of the Y and some of the community membership that you help provide is to address kind of isolation and senior citizens. Can you just briefly talk about a couple of the kind of programs that are specifically targeted towards kind of senior socialization?
Sure. Within the Y, we offer various classes, be it fitness class, group exercise classes, water classes. We do social, what we call Wisdom Wednesdays. So we bring folks in from the community and really create that social networking. We offer support groups, so fibromyalgia. There's the heart group as well that meets at our facilities. And we really just try and bring those folks into our facilities to be able to connect them. A lot of individuals, both in Northern Door and more towards Sturgeon Bay, are widow or widowers, and this is their one opportunity to get out into a social setting and be able to meet with others. We do make wellness calls as well. Our staff will reach out to those individuals who maybe haven't been in for a while. So we really try and connect. And if we find someone has an interest in something that someone else may, we try and connect those individuals together.
Okay, and also for those live streaming, you can also get your questions in. Natalie is fielding those, so feel free. But how about from the audience? Next question? Oh, Natalie, go ahead. Okay, I'm going to repeat that. So online it was, what is the percentage of volunteers versus paid staff at the Y?
Actually, we have 372 volunteers, so it's double what our staff is. Our staff is 170 at this point.
Could you restate how you intend to use the grant?
Sure. As Mary Beth shared, we're looking to use it towards the Safety Around Water program. It was a program that we offered for many years, mainly out of our Northern Door facility in partnership with Gibraltar School. We feel that there's a need because of it being the second leading cause for children ages 14 and younger, that this program makes sense to expand throughout the county. And with that, so we would target Gibraltar, Southern Door, Sturgeon Bay, and Sevastopol schools to reach those 4th grade students.
Okay, time for another question. Feel free online to turn it in, or also the audience. All right, I see a hand.
Heidi, could you explain more about the scholarship program?
Sure. Our Membership for All program is to assist those who want to be part of the Y but might not be able to financially afford it. So with that, we subsidize their membership. We meet with them and come to what makes sense for them and what they can afford. Over the course of the year, we have our annual campaign that raises dollars to support this program. So again, it's really to support individuals. It also helps with program subsidy. So if someone is on our Membership for All program and they can't afford a program that they want to do, say a swim lesson or fitness class, what have you, those funds also help support that too.
Thank you. And one more question. Don't be shy. Go ahead.
The schools bear any burden of cost to transfer the children?
Absolutely not. That's all fixed into the budget that we have provided. Gibraltar is unique in the sense that the children always walked across the road because it's right there, but busing has been factored into our budget.
Okay, questions and answers are quick. We still have time. All right, in the back. I'm going to repeat that. Will you keep the program at both Northern and down in Sturgeon Bay?
Yes, that would be at both facilities.
Okay, now we have to do another question. That was too quick. Come on, ladies. Okay.
Is it a program that you'd maybe see expanding to even target some of the younger kids? You know, I think by fourth grade, a lot of kids have had a water exposure, and not that it's too late, but I think it'd be nice if they could grow and reach kids at an earlier age as well.
Yes, I think that's something that we could absolutely look at. Typically, the Y as a whole, our national, the program is typically offered through fourth grade, and so that's why we've targeted that. But we could, depending on where the need is and working with the school districts, see if that would be something that they would want to consider. Absolutely.
Perfect. And with that, the time is up. Heidi's probably with me thinking that was a long 5 minutes. Thank you both so much.
Thank you. Thank you very much for having us.
I don't know where to stand. I was just getting used to Zoom. Okay, so next up, we have the Door County Housing Partnership. And to present on their behalf is 100 Women Who Care member, Diana Wallace. So welcome, Diana.
"68 years ago, I was a tadpole." Just saying. Thank you, Anne. It's an honor to be here and a privilege to share the stage with the Y and Humane Society this evening. The Door County Housing Partnership is a relatively new nonprofit organization. We are here to solve one aspect of Door County's affordable housing challenge, and that is the disconnect between what working residents can afford and what it costs to purchase a decent home. Our mission is to provide affordable home ownership options for year-round residents who work here in Door County, and then keeping those homes affordable forever. Housing Partnership board members hear daily about current or potential workers who are unable to find affordable housing in Door County. The list might surprise you. It includes teachers, nurses, social workers, town and village staff, fire chiefs. Young people who grew up here leave because they can't afford to stay. Ideal candidates turn down job offers. People who have been employed here for years leave because they're tired of renting. None of them can afford to buy a home in Door County. Simply put, home ownership in Door County is essentially not an option for many working folks. Both the market price and the low inventory have squeezed out our working families. This is not what any of us want for Door County. Our favorite businesses and nonprofits are suffering, producing at less than optimum levels, and our community is becoming less vibrant and diverse. So what is the solution? The Housing Partnership is using a national home ownership model called the Community Land Trust, or CLT. Its effectiveness has been proven over the past 50 years, particularly in tourism-dependent areas, but also in places like Madison and La Crosse. We are partnering with individuals, municipalities, and other housing organizations like Habitat for Humanity, NeighborWorks Green Bay. But what distinguishes the Community Land Trust model from those and other home ownership programs is that it allows us to keep our homes affordable forever. Here's how it works. The Housing Partnership subsidizes the initial purchase cost of each home. We make up the difference between market cost and what the buyer can afford. We call this bridging the affordability gap. In exchange for a significant subsidy, the initial buyer and then all subsequent buyers agree to a resale formula. That formula determines the equity they will take from the sale of their home at whatever point in time they decide to sell. The subsidy is significant and required on the front end, about $100,000 per home. But in combination with the resale formula, that subsidy will be required only one time for each property. That one-time community investment ensures that the home will be an affordable home for year-round working families in perpetuity. That's the exciting thing about a community land trust model. The community's investment in those homes will help many more households than just the initial buyers. The first homeowners will eventually sell. When they do, another qualified buyer will be able to buy that home at a price they can afford. The initial community investment is being paid forward for the life of the property. And here's what brings it all together, the keystone, if you will, of a community land trust. The housing partnership retains ownership of the land upon which the house is constructed. Owning the land allows us to impose standards on income levels, residency requirements, resale prices, and subsequent buyer eligibility. It cements the forever affordable promise. Tackling this issue requires community commitment and investment. Thus far, we have received land in Central Door and commitments for land in Northern Door. We have set the goal of providing at least 25 homes for workforce households over the next 10 years. Construction has begun on the first home under our partnership with Habitat for Humanity. That Habitat home will be the first constructed and sold under the community land trust model, which means it will remain affordable to subsequent buyers for the life of the home. We look to you for support with the belief that we can only thrive as a community if all our residents are able to thrive and prosper. I ask you to please join the Door County Housing Partnership in solving one of Door County's biggest challenges. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Diana. So all of you start thinking about your questions. We've got 5 minutes again, remember. And I need to look at my notes to introduce Mariah Good. She's speaking on behalf of the Door County Housing Partnership. Mariah is the director of the Door County Land Use Services and a board member of the Door County Housing Partnership. So please welcome Mariah.
Okay.
All right, let's see the questions. I see one right there at the visor.
We do not. As Diana said, the first homes that we're building are right now in partnership with Habitat for Humanity in Sturgeon Bay, but we've hired a national consultant to help us figure out how to price the homes in Door County. We've partnered with, there's a national umbrella organization called Grounded Solutions Network. We've taken a lot of trainings and classes with them over the last 2 years, and we feel very comfortable that we know what we're doing.
Oh, go ahead.
That's a very good question. No. So once they buy it, it's their house. They own it. And there are other programs out there, like there's certain rental programs, not community land trust model, where once you do hit certain income levels, you do need to leave the home, but that's not part of this. They are actually buying the home. Presumably, if they get to a point where their income levels maybe are higher and they can afford to buy a market home, then they would sell. But even if they're not in the workforce anymore, they can still stay there.
Oh, there's one online. Let's get the online one. Yeah,
Oh.
sorry. Go ahead, Paul. So I'm going to repeat the question. How is your relationship with Door County Habitat for Humanity?
So what we've done is Habitat is building a home with a family that they've vetted through their normal process on a lot that we own. And then that family is going to become part of the community land trust model. So they're being, basically Habitat is still acting as the builder. They're also going to hold the mortgage like they do for regular Habitat homes, but that family will be buying it at what we consider the affordable price. So we will be providing essentially a subsidy to Habitat to make sure that they are made whole with their construction costs.
Go ahead, you pick. Yeah, yes. Okay, so the question is, what finances do you currently have and what's your source of funding?
We have a mixture of, we're applying for different grants. We have philanthropic dollars that have come in. We did a very small and low key kind of end of year fundraising campaign last year. And we are pretty close at this point to having the subsidy that we need to offset that Habitat house. That's a good question.
I'm going to repeat the question. Are all of the homes going to be new inventory, or will they come from some existing homes?
We will probably end up doing a mixture. Right now, what's ended up happening is that people are being very generous with land. So we own 6 lots in Sturgeon Bay, and we think we are going to get a sizable number, hopefully, in Sister Bay. So those will obviously all be new builds because they're vacant. But it's certainly part of the community land trust model in other areas to buy an existing home. And it would be a lot easier in some ways because we wouldn't have to build it. We would just be buying something that's out there and then bringing it into our realm.
Is the land totally donated?
So we bought the house that's being built right now in Sturgeon Bay was sold to us by the city for $5,000, which is what Habitat paid for lots in the same neighborhood because the city owned all of that property. We've had 5 lots donated to us also by the county and the city, also in Sturgeon Bay, and then the lots that we are in discussions with people with in Northern Door and Sister Bay would all be donated as well.
Okay, so the question is, how will you do the vetting of the families going forward besides this first one that was vetted by Habitat?
We're actually hopefully about to hire somebody that's worked at a housing trust previously that has a lot of experience in that realm. But we do have eligibility requirements as far as maximum income level. You do need to live here year round, and at least one person in the household has to have at least a part-time job in Door County. So we'll obviously check all of those things. They can't own another home or property somewhere. We'll limit assets aside from retirement assets. But we're planning on partnering with a lot of other nonprofits and municipalities and businesses to let people know that, we're ready and we've got this land and we need partner families.
Okay, one last quick question since we had some technical time.
This woman has her hand up.
Okay, so the question is how do real estate taxes get treated basically in the model?
That's a really good question, and we just got the answer last week, or we got the answer we wanted. We knew how it had been done in other places, but basically what will happen is that the home will be taxed at the resale value, not at the market value. So the homeowner is not going to get socked with paying real estate taxes on a home that might be worth $200,000 when they only bought it for $100,000. And I will say, though, that is the answer that we got from Sturgeon Bay, since that's where the first build is, but we're hoping that all the other municipalities will do the same.
Okay, great questions. Thanks, everyone. Thank you, Mariah and the Door County Housing Partnership. Okay, so that leaves for our final presentation, the Humane Society. And so please welcome Sarah Miller, who will be presenting on behalf of the Humane Society. Welcome, Sarah.
Well, Kelly and I were a little confused about this because I thought I was going to tell a nice story and she was going to give all the details in another 5-minute speech. So I don't have as many details about the organization as the others have presented to you. My background is that I love cats and we've always had one growing up. I've always had at least 2 and now I have 3 in the house, but they're from all over Wisconsin. Benji was a kitten that was born to a mom who was dumped on one of my friend's father's farms in Shawano, typically ones that would have been dumped into a humane society somewhere. Henry was a kitten who I found in the woods in Door County, and more on him later. And Captain was a 7-year-old cat who was abandoned by his brother, whose name was Crunch. So Captain and Crunch, that was kind of a cute little thing for the kids. And he was at Humane Society down in Waukesha. His brother had just passed away of mandibular cancer, and he was looking for a family to help him through his mourning. Benji and Henry are now 15 and Captain is 16. And now back to Henry's story. Henry actually helped another little black kitten get adopted from the Dora County Humane Society. Back in the summer of 2006, Midwest Living magazine had a show house in the Horseshoe Bay area. Each weekend, a different nonprofit organization in Dora County manned the house for 3 days, Friday through Sunday. The entrance fee was $10 per person. As we closed up on Sunday afternoon, we were to leave around $200 for the Monday cleaning crew, and all the proceeds would be kept for the nonprofit. If I remember correctly, American Folklore Theater raised about over $3,000 that weekend. I was part of a group of the AFT volunteers for their weekend in August. Patty and Howard Williamson and I were taking a break out on the driveway, and I was on the phone to my husband who was playing golf in Green Bay. It was then that I heard a little squeaky meow. I looked into the woods and saw this little black kitten, and I pointed and said, "Look, a little kitty." And from the phone, I heard a very loud no, because my husband could tell immediately that I wanted the little guy. I got off the phone, and Patty and Howard and I ingeniously figured out a way to hold the kitten in an upside down basket, and we gave it some of our lunch. I had all the necessary cat stuff, food, litter box, cat toys, back at our condo, so I took the kitty home for the weekend. On Monday, AFT was having their volunteer appreciation picnic, so I stopped by on my way back to Milwaukee and introduced little Henry to the gang. His name is Henry, he is named after Henry in Belgians in Heaven. So any of you remember that cute little story? Anyway, and Jeff was at the appreciation, so he enjoyed meeting his little Henry namesake. Before I left the condo that morning, though, I had called the Dora County Humane Society to let them know that I had found this kitten. We had just recently lost a cat to the unknowns and was very cognizant of a search for a lost animal. Turns out they knew exactly where the kitten was found, since they had manned the same Midwest Living home 2 weeks earlier. I said if anyone was looking for the kitten, I would be back in Dora County in 2 weeks over Labor Day weekend and would bring the kitten with me. Well, on Tuesday, I got a call from the director. She was talking very quietly as there was a little girl there with her family who had lost a little black kitten in the Horseshoe Bay area over the weekend. However, there was a little black kitten at the shelter that she insisted was her little black kitten. The director was inquiring if I was willing to keep my kitten, and if so, she would let the little girl adopt the one from the shelter. Since I had already had little Henry to the vet to remove a caturba worm from his face, I of course said yes, and that's how Henry helped the little black kitten get adopted from the Dora County Humane Society. And I didn't know the audience would be so far away, but I have a picture. And when I'm done speaking, I will hand it to Molly, and Molly can start passing it around to the group. The little black kitten on the top is Henry, and this is when he was about 4 months old. This is a true story, this true story is why I nominated the Dora County Humane Society, because it is there working behind the scenes for all those little girls and boys, and sometimes big girls and boys, who need to have a furry companion in their lives. Especially during these COVID times, there have been a lot of animals adopted to help get through this loneliness time period, and we're all hoping that they will keep their animals as they start coming out. Anyway, the Dora County Humane Society is located on the southwest side of Sturgeon Bay. It is one of the 5 campuses of the Wisconsin Humane Society, others being the main one in Milwaukee, and one in Green Bay, and in Ozaukee and Racine counties. Besides the usual stray, surrender, and adopting activities, other programs through the Wisconsin Humane Society, many of which are available in Green Bay, include vaccine and spay and neuter clinics, end-of-life services, furry friend pet pantry, and educational programs for both animals and kids. Some financial assistance may be available, which this grant would help in case they can't afford fees. And I heard a little bell, so I guess I need to stop.
Yes, that's right.
Anyway.
So let's give a big round of applause to Sarah. sorry, in front of the mic. Yay, thank you, Sarah. Okay, so let's have some really great questions to help them get their facts out, since Kelly was going to give a presentation. So welcome, I need to get my notes here, Kelly Delvaux. She is the Senior Philanthropic Advisor for the Green Bay and Door County campuses. Welcome, Kelly. Oh, Paula, can you ask?
So our grant, in 2018, the Door County Humane Society approached the Milwaukee Humane Society at the same time the Green Bay one did. And in a small community, it's very difficult to sustain a nonprofit. And so by joining forces, we were able to pay off the mortgage in 9 months and start bringing a lot of the programming that we have in Milwaukee and Ozaki and Racine to Door County. When COVID hit, we had to really change our track, as I'm sure a lot of people and companies did. So as we're starting to get back on track, things that we want to bring are the kids' education programs. We have partnered with a food pantry in the area for pet food, pet supplies, so people don't have to choose between feeding their family and giving up their family pet, because those family pets, especially during COVID, have been emotional support to the families, to people. People who live alone, that sometimes that's their only sense of companionship. So starting to get back on track with those programs, we have spay neuter clinics, either at low cost or no cost, to keep your pets healthy. Vaccine clinics, we just had one June 24th in Door County. So getting those rolling back out. We have kids camps that we offer scholarships for to learn how to take care of your pets, how to treat your pets. We also have some programs that are going to take some time and staff actually to get up and running and cooperating with other nonprofits. One of the ones that I am passionate about, as well as our Milwaukee staff, is many times women in abusive relationships will not leave their abuser if they have pets, because their fear is their abuser will harm or kill their pet. And shelters cannot take in pets for multiple reasons. So we actually have a partnership, it's called Safe Haven, where these pets, we have foster families that will take them so they can get to safety. And we take care of all the vaccinations, whatever needs to happen, and those pets are safe so families can stay safe. So bringing those programs here, it will take time, but those are things that we are looking to do in this community as well.
Great, so let's try to get another question. So the question is, how many pets do you take in the Door County campus each year? And then how many do you adopt out?
So that's a really interesting question, because last year in Door County, as a pet comes in, we check it for microchip and things like that. So we take in the strays. So we vaccinate them also right away. So last year, there were almost 1,000 animals that came in just in Door County. Now, of those, because of COVID and the way we had to keep only certain campuses open to keep our communities safe, 232 were adopted directly out of the campus. But what we were doing is foster facilitated adoptions. So across the state, between our 5 campuses, we have over 3,000 foster families. So the foster families would take the animals in and adopt them out that way. So 2020 is a really weird year to get accurate numbers, if that makes sense.
Okay, how about another question?
What percentage of kind of the overall Humane Society operating budget is from donations and grants?
So the question is, where does your funding come from and what percentage is coming from donations?
I would say at least 75% comes from donations, grants, bequests. We receive no government funding anywhere. Some of it does come from our merchandise or from adoptions. But when you look at the medical cost on average per animal, because every animal goes out microchipped, completely vaccinated, spayed, neutered, And then you have cases where we had a little animal, a little kitten up here that was found in the floorboards of a house that someone was remodeling. And so they tore down a wall to get to this little kitten. And she was transported to Green Bay, where our vet staff took care of her and multiple surgeries and things like that, and then foster care and bottle feeding. So her total vet fees were over $2,000, where her adoption fee was about $200. So you have those big gaps there too. But the majority of our funding is donations, grants, things like that.
Okay, with that, that's actually our 5 minutes. So a big round of applause for the Humane Society. Oh, so vote. And don't forget online to cast your ballots, and we'll take a few minutes here to get the voting done and collect those ballots, including getting the ballots up here on the screen or on the podium.
Yes, we need to do that. I need that.
So give us just 1 second.
So there's also a questionnaire online that some people have completed. Thank you for that. We're trying to get quotes, feedback from you to put on our website so prospective members can see what you think of the 100 and why you joined and why you like being a member. So on to the numbers. After tonight, since inception, we'll have raised over $218,000. Yeah. Well done, everyone. You guys are making this happen, so it's awesome. And a quarterly donation stand right now, actually this number is going to be low because there's people that have joined tonight, thank you. But right now I had $20,600 for a quarterly donation from our members, and we have some corporate matches and somebody who generously has donated some extra money that we're allocating over 4 quarters. So that increases it as well. So let's see. Okay, so the next topic is branding. So you may have noticed, some of you, we have changed our logo to take the northern out. And the first thing I want to say about that is our mission has not changed. We are not changing the way we vet the nonprofits. And the reason why we're doing this is it's caused a lot of confusion, really, since day one, because people don't know how to define northern. It's not something set in stone. And if you talk to 3 different people, you might get 3 different answers as to what that means. And it becomes confusing when we talk to the nonprofits, when we talk to the media, when we talk to prospective members. Some people don't join that are in Sturgeon Bay because they think, oh, it doesn't apply to me. And what we've learned, this was a learning process. I was new to living here full time. And what we've learned is actually a lot of the nonprofits are based in Sturgeon Bay, but they serve all of the county. And so what we're doing is we're just taking northern out, but we've added this like submission so that just to really clarify, and that is we support and spread awareness for nonprofits whose mission includes serving the Northern Door, Washington Island, and Sturgeon Bay community. And so that actually reflects what's been happening. So we wanted to make sure everybody was clear on that. And then the next, I always like to mention the website. Please go to the website on the homepage, there's lots of information on it. And on the homepage, there's 3 red buttons that are really great. One's join, so you can send people there if they want to join us. One's nominate nonprofits. We'd like to encourage that. And also there's a button for donate. So if you want to pay via credit card, it'll take you right where you need to be. So with that, I am going to turn it over to Gloria for a membership update. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everybody. What a beautiful evening that we were granted tonight for our first meeting and not having to wear masks. It's absolutely wonderful. I'm a little jealous of many of you out there having your wine and your cheese and crackers. I've learned a lesson tonight of what I need to do next time. First of all, I'd like to thank all of our current members tonight for the graciousness of going out to your community, friends, and family and asking people to join. We've had 27 new members join so far this year, so thank you all. And many of the recommendations to join came from you in this room, so thank you for that. Let me quickly try to share some membership numbers with you. Today we have 308 members and 206 equivalents. Now let me give you a little refresher on equivalents because it took me a while to figure that out. An equivalent represents either an individual membership or team membership. And as you may know, an individual member gets a vote or a team gets 1 vote. So again, we have 308 members, but we only have 206 folks who can cast votes. Hopefully that makes sense. Let me give you a little history about our membership numbers. In Q3 of 2018, we only had 136 members and 76 equivalents. In Q3 of 2019, we were up to 271 members and 172 equivalents. And then in Q3 of 2020, we had 303 members and 193 equivalents. And as I said earlier, today we're up to 300 members and 206 equivalents. So let me tell you a little bit about how the equivalents work for us. The equivalent really gives us a basic to award more money. So by the equivalents that were added this year, which were 11, we were in the past able to award $19,500 in each quarterly meeting. Today, because of those equivalents that joined, we are now up to $20,600. So, I mean, what a great number, and it certainly helps our community with the more members and equivalents we get. I would ask each of you to continue to actively solicit your family and friends and community because this is such a great organization and we have such an impact on our community by coming together as a group of like-minded women. If you want to see more details on the membership, you can go to the website, and the presentation tonight is there, so take a look at all of the numbers since the inception of the organization. Lastly, I would like to thank all of the wonderful volunteers tonight who worked at the registration desk, so thank you very much for that. We're always looking for volunteers, and as we get back into the crests, we'll need more volunteers to help set up for the meetings, help with the food, and those kinds of things. So if you're interested in volunteering, please reach out to me. Thank you very much for your time, and I'd like to invite Susie over to talk about our social community. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. It is so awesome to see everybody here tonight. I'm just super excited to see your beautiful faces again, to welcome new members, new friends, new prospects. It's such an awesome group. To think this has been going on for 3 years, it's amazing. So I'm just here to talk tonight on behalf of my co-chair, Faye Germain, who's not here tonight, and our committee for the social group. And that would be, you can stand if you like. We've got Jane Arduzer here tonight, Katie Harding, and Amy Jennings is helping me at the table. We also have Joan Cram and Gretchen Courtney are with us, not with us tonight, but on the committee. So just a little bit about what we do is we just are about fun. We try to do some things outside of the giving circle. We're in this year's parade. 2 years ago, we were in the 4th of July parade as well. That's why I'm wearing one of our parade shirts. We do have a few left for sale if you're interested. At the table over there, they're $14. We've done movies. We've done some golf outings. We've biked on the island. We just basically bring people together that perhaps don't have a friend to go to the movie with, or, just get together and play bunco. It's fun. So if you would be interested in joining the social group, you can sign up with us or sign up online when you sign up. And the other thing we're looking at, our next event that we thought might be fun after the summer, it would be on Tuesday, September 7th. We are looking into a sunset cruise. It's got music. They have a bar. You can bring your own food, and we're going to do it. So we would love, love, love to have a big group of 100 women. Wouldn't that be fun? And the base price for that is $39. But if we get enough people as a group, that price can definitely go down. So if you're interested at all, please come over to our table afterwards and sign up, and then we'll get back in touch with you. But right now we're looking at Tuesday, September 7th at 5:45, and that goes out of Sister Bay. It's about an hour-and-a-half cruise. We're fun. You come and join us. Thank you.
Oh, are we changing? Okay. Hi, so yeah, I'm Ann Glessner. I didn't think about following Susie. So Susie's all about fun, and I guess I have to say I'm all about business. So anyway, again, I'm just so happy to see everyone. This is just fantastic. So my section is brief. I just want to remind everyone that the basis really of our Giving Circle is the nonprofit nomination process, right? So thanks again to our 3 wonderful members for presenting today. So Ann talked about the website, Ann Morgan, and it's a great website, tons of information. And so if you go out there, you can see that you can click on a button that says nominate a nonprofit. And it's really a simple process. So the nomination itself, there's just a little bit of information about who you are and which nonprofit you're wanting to nominate. And then basically the nonprofit is the one that does all of the application, and I help them with that process. And then once your nomination gets, or your application gets pulled from the hat, then you work with the nonprofit to do your 5-minute pitch. And so you can see what a friendly audience we have. So no one needs to be afraid to come up here and speak. But just a reminder, we do have a delegated speaker option, so that if you really are a little bit intimidated by that process, you can coerce one of your friends who's a fellow member to speak on your behalf. But just a reminder, each member can only have one nonprofit at a time. And so there's some great resources out there on the website, including a list of all the nonprofits who have already been nominated, as well as those who have won prior awards and are in the waiting process to go back in the hat. And then there's also a really nice list that lists all of the nonprofits throughout Door County that can jog your memory on some of the great organizations that are out there. So it's a fantastic, fantastic program from that perspective. In addition to the monetary award, it's just great exposure for the nonprofits. You see the write-ups in the Pulse and the advertising. The main award winners come back and speak about how they've used the fund. So it's really just a win-win. So hopefully everybody can go back and nominate a nonprofit. That would be great. So with that, I think we have the balloting and counting done. Is that right?
Okay, so.
Oh yes, Anne's reminding me what I'm supposed to say. I wasn't following my notes. So just a reminder that the nonprofit with the most votes will receive actually just a little over 10,000 based on our current numbers. And the runner-up nonprofits will split the remainder, so a little over 5,000. So as I mentioned, we're a little over 20,000 in the total award. I've never announced before. This is, go for it. And so the main award winner this evening on this official piece of yellow paper is the Door County Housing Partnership. Congratulations. Oops. Yay.
I was just
Oh,
gonna, no, don't go too far away because you're gonna do the drawing next. I just want to remind people, you can write your check tonight or you can pay online. If you're gonna pay by check and you don't have it here, please send it to the Door County Community Foundation. So with that, Ann and Paula are going to pick our next 3 nonprofits. A little bit of discussion, but it'll happen shortly.
Paula thought I left out some slips. I'm like, no. Okay, so I'm gonna, there's the hat. Here's Vanna. Okay, so I'm gonna read each name that's going in the hat. The first one is the 115 Club. The second one is Birch Creek Musical Performance Center. Here, how about this hat? Uh-oh, it's legit. This is empty. Okay, Door County Fire Chief Association. Door County Habitat for Humanity. Door County Land Trust. Door County Partnership for Children and Families. The Salvation Army, the Door County Extension. Door Shakespeare. Friend of Gibraltar. Midsummer's Music. Neighbor to Neighbor. Peninsula Preschool. Public Arts Initiative of Egg Harbor. The Ridges Sanctuary. The Sue Baldwin Fund. The Washington Island Community Health Program. We Are Hope, Inc. And the last one is Right on Door County. So there's 18 in the hat. So now we need for an audience member to pull 3 from the hat. I think we're picking Molly. Is she keeping track of which one? Okay. One is the suspense. Peninsula Preschool. 2 is, Door County Habitat for Humanity. And 3 is the Washington Island Community Health Program. Yay. Thank you. 1, 2, 3. I need to keep the order.
Yeah, I wrote them down.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, we're going to wrap up here. So thank you all, the volunteers, and thank you for the leadership team, everybody that's helped us make this happen tonight. Did a wonderful job preparing. And it was fun to have an outside venue. So, hey, I think we all pulled it off, huh? We're okay. We're still standing. So thank you for spreading the word. And remember, our next meeting is October 25th at 5:30. It will be at the Crest Pavilion. So thank you. And we invite you to come up here now. We'd like to do a group picture. If we can get some people to come up here in front of our sign on the podium, we'll sign off of our meeting for now. Thank you all that live streamed tonight. We appreciate your coming and joining us.